to create the foldable for our lesson 1.3, which is on other sampling methods. So we took our notes, and then just to help us distinguish between the 4 sampling methods, including simple random sampling from 1.2, and then our 3 new sampling methods, we're going to take our piece of cardstock and fold it in half. That's a hamburger style, and then open it up. Fold it in half hot dog style. Now you'll have 4 quadrants, and you're going to just fold each side into the middle. You can do this with any piece of paper. Just be sure you're not using Sharpie, or I would use a pencil or just a ballpoint pen. If you're using regular paper on cardstock, it's fine to use markers. So now we're going to take some scissors and just do a cut on this side. Right, so it kind of creates these flaps. Same thing on the other side. Ta-da! Here's our foldable. And now we're going to fill in on the front. So we've got our 4 sampling methods. So simple random sampling, systematic random sampling, cluster sampling, and stratified sampling. For simple random, you're going to reference our notes from 1.2. And then for each of the others, we're going to reference today's notes, 1.3. For simple random sampling, I referenced our random number generator. We spent quite a bit of time using that random number generator. You can use the random number generator on random.org, or you can just find any random number generator using a quick Google search. And we set for random.org, so we'll just make a side note that this is in reference to random.org. 1 to blank, blank being the population size, and then select blank numbers, which were the sample size, and that would give us these however many. Say the sample was size 25, we would have these 25 random numbers, and we would associate those with items in our data set. For example, our survey results. I wrote an example then. The activity for simple random sampling from 1.2, we selected 10, then 25 students at random for majors, taking simple random samples, and then we did a simple random sample with a GIF quote meme slides that you created. Again, that was a simple random sample. Next, with cluster sampling, we took some time in class and we filled that in for some of our classes that got to it. And straight from the notes, the thought was a picture worth 1,000 words. It's good to, we just recreated this picture to help us remember cluster sampling is when we select some clusters, right? In this case, we selected clusters 1, 4, and this one's cluster 5. And then we sample all of the members in the selected clusters. For example, with the neighborhoods that were divided into clusters by blocks. Now your challenge then is to take with systematic random sampling and stratified sampling and reference your notes. So I recommend referencing the picture here. So drawing a picture that helps you remember this process of breaking into our intervals with M in each interval, and then over here, and then selecting the K, individual or item, within each interval. So I would then recommend writing the process, kind of abbreviated version of those steps, and then give an example. Same thing with stratified sampling. Stratified sampling, remember that was with proportional allocation. Maybe we should add that with proportional allocation. So again, create a picture. This is a great one. You can just reference that. And then the process, we've got the 3 steps. You can summarize those here. And then you can give the example, like we did in class, where we talked about sampling homeowners and using our strata based on the income levels of our homeowners. So just kind of give a summary of that example. And then you'll have this foldable for your reference to help you distinguish between the 4 different sampling methods.